the co-founder, Cinequest 2020, turn of a new century, here we go, the film festival. He's going to talk to us how challenging, first of all, welcome to the Phillip Siddiq Show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. How challenging is it to put on a film festival? Because we've seen film festivals come and go. What gives yours staying power?
A couple of things. The fact that we open opportunity and democratize voice through technologies as we bring them to people. Discovering great art. This year we have 150 United States and world premiere, not only of films of virtual and augmented reality. So that sense of discovery, the sense of bringing technologies to help people create, to connect their work to others, opening up doors. We've been inclusive before it was fashionable. That's always been Cinequest. Here you're welcome. I don't care who you're voting for. I don't care your age or your culture. I don't care your sexual orientation or how you think. You're welcome here at Cinequest. We want your art, your thoughts to be represented, share with others.
You know what? Yeah. It's a shame that the world doesn't look at it like that, because that is just a perfect statement. So how do you meld the two, film and then technology?
It was a natural for us. I have a math background. My mother was really shocked when I went into the arts. So it came around. You know, we founded a company in the Silicon Valley that was about art and culture, and then it ended up blending technology very nicely. So it's been fantastic, yeah.
Fantastic. I'm sorry, your first name?
Holston.
Holston, okay. Cinequest 2020, get down here. Don't wait.
We're ready for you. The theme is elation. That means we're going to have a lot of fun.
Right. Open arms. Thank you so much. Cinequest 2020, you guys. Love is not love. We're going to let Stephen, one of the stars of the film, tell you a little bit about it. First of all, welcome to the Cinequest, my friend.
Well, thank you. You know, I'm really lucky to be here because about a month ago I had hip replacement surgery.
Ooh, ooh.
I've been doing my PT.
Good. That's physical therapy, you guys.
Yes, okay. But I told the doctor, I said, look, I'm going to be at Cinequest March 3rd. Get me there. He said, I'm going to do it. So.
Love that. Tell us your role in the film.
I wrote it. I directed it. I act in it. I play the man in the middle. The dilemma is between the erotic and the domestic. How do you make those choices? And it stems from the mythology of romance. Tristan and Isolde, one of the first great romances. You know, there's two women in that film. They both have the same name, Isolde. One is Isolde of the golden hair. She will drive you crazy. The other is the Isolde of the white hands, and she is the one who will nurture you, will keep you alive. So that's the choice. That do you want to stay alive, or do you want to have an exotic flame out over time?
Oh boy.
I know.
You got me going, Stephen. I got to make those choices. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I love the film.
Hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, Alejandra. Nice
Alexandra,
to meet you.
I'll let you say. I'll let you say the name. I'm bad with names. Okay.
Yes, it's good.
Cinequest 2020. Love is not love. Star of the film. She's gonna say the name because I will butcher it. She knows this, but she's going to tell you what love really is. First of all, welcome. How are you?
Good. How are you? That's a difficult question. I'm not sure I have the answer. Oh. Yeah, so that's what the movie is all about. So my name is Alejandra Silva, and I have one of the leads in Love is Not Love. And I don't think the movie gives you an answer. I think that's what it's really all about, that sometimes we think that we're going to find love where we don't really find it, and what kinds of things we need to do in order to get there, and then at the end, are you really satisfied or not with what you got at the end? So,
right. Now, Stephen described the two different types of women in the film. Which are you?
Well, I play an escort who he falls in love with, and she does too. So it's a very different role than what I've played before in my career as an actress. I've always played like the friend, the weirdo, the kind of psychologically interesting whatever. And he was like, so this is the role I wrote for you? And I'm like, really? This? Like, what? Like, I didn't even see myself as that. So it's very interesting when a director kind of says, of course you are. And this is what I see in you, and let's work on it. And so it was just great to do it. He was holding my hand all the way. And we really went through a really deep process, rehearsal process, and him as an actor, obviously it makes a huge difference when the director is an actor and understands.
Thank you. I said everybody wants to interview, so we're going to end this interview. Everybody's trying to get her right now, so thank you. Thank you so much.
I love the film. Oh. Yes.
Okay, so what is your name?
Nick Gavecci.
Can you spell it?
Yeah, Givechi.
Nice. Well, what is your film? What's the name of it?
The film is called Helter Skelter. It's actually a piece about the dehumanization of homeless people and what it feels like to kind of be over that transitional line. So like, I've been homeless in my life, and actually this film is particularly important because the first time I was homeless was half an hour north of here, and this piece about homelessness is what brought me back. So it kind of bookends the whole, I was homeless here first and now I'm back doing something even bigger, and the fact that I came out here originally to pursue performance and acting, and now I'm back doing exactly that. So but the short film itself is going to be showing in a block this Friday. It's super thrilling.
Awesome. Did you face any challenges while producing the film, or did you want to shoot it in certain areas, or what was your vision?
So originally when I wrote it, it was a spoken word poem. So the piece itself was meant for stage. And then a friend of mine, an old friend of mine from high school, who's actually been in the industry for a few years now, won an Emmy a few years ago. He reached out to me and offered his skill set so that we could make something that I'd won a few competitions with into something a little bit more. So we ended up putting that to film. We filmed it over the course of like 9-10 months so that we could show the seasonal transition by being on the street no matter what the weather is. And it turned out to be really powerful. The only thing we really ran into was just kind of cohesion. Like, I had to look the same from month to month, like as we were getting different shots. So I had to make sure that like everything was equally grungy. I couldn't really wash anything. If I wore the hoodie, I had to leave it off to the side for a while. But it worked out really, really well. And the editor did a fantastic job. The director and cinematographer, Jeremy Osborne, he'll be here for the last showing of this next Wednesday. But he's doing a phenomenal job, and he's actually doing another film festival in Omaha right now. But it's awesome that we get to be here together at something of this magnitude. So.
Awesome. Well, I see that this film is very near dear to your heart, so I want to thank you so much for your time. Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Thanks.
of course.
Yeah, I'm Sam Frasier, Frazier.
Perfect. So, can you tell us a little bit about your film and the name of it?
Yeah, I'm here this year. This is the fourth year I'm here. I'm here with the Tall Bike Joust. It is a comedic short documentary. I'm, I think, probably the only person in the world who makes comedic short documentaries. But anyway, so what you do is you get a bicycle frame and you weld another bicycle frame on top of that. You put a millennial on top of that, because anybody older knows better. Anybody younger, yeah, I don't know. They too young to make their own decisions. And you give them a PVC pole with a pillow at the end, and they joust each other in a craft brewery parking lot. I know, it's a bad idea, isn't it? Yes, accidents can happen, and they're doing this on asphalt. But it's part of it's actually a pilot for a series that I've brought several of these other movies here to Cinequest, and it's an unscripted series called Smart People Being Stupid.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What was the best part of filming?
Well, the best part of filming was that night. There's just this amazing buzz in the air, and it's almost like a Mad Max kind of Beyond Thunderdome kind of thing. And the crowd is going crazy, and the crowd is right up there in the event. So when somebody falls off, and they're about 6 feet in the air, they're going to kind of fall into the crowd, and occasionally people get knocked over, beers go flying. Anything can happen. It's a good night.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome.
But we're looking forward to it. Our premiere is, I believe, Friday at the Hammer Theater, Friday the 13th. That's an interesting time for.
Interesting day.
At 10 o'clock in the comedy block, so it should be great fun.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Well, I just want to thank you and welcome you back to this event, and I hope to see you soon. Yeah.
Thank you
so
very much.
much.
Thanks for having me.
So if I can have you guys spell out your names for me in the microphone, that would be awesome.
Sure. I'm Charlie Griak, Griak.
Perfect.
Megan Hensley, Hensley.
Wendy Griak, Griak.
Jay Preston, Preston.
Thank you so much. So what is the name of your film, and tell me a little bit about it?
All right, it's called Nina of the Woods, and it's sort of a meditative thriller about people who get lost in the woods and the kind of things that they experience, whether it's imagined things or real things that happen to them during their experience.
That's so interesting. Yeah, so I want from every single one of you guys, what is the best part and fun part about filming this?
I love the group that we had to work with. We've worked on another movie, and we're all really good friends, and this is my wife, Wendy, and we just had a great time working together.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I loved being on location with everybody because they're two of my best friends, and it was just fun to be, when you're on location, you just hang out with everybody and get to know everybody more and create together, and you're kind of removed from society and you're kind of in your own little world, which I really, enjoy.
I really love that we made a film that really stayed true to our vision, and that it was artistic and something that felt like we were really like reaching into our souls and being able to give a message out to the audience and have a shared experience.
And I loved watching my wife, Megan Hensley, work in her element. And also to watch how Charlie was able to make a piece of wood in the middle of the nowhere into a whole world. It was really impressive. Yeah.
Awesome. So where did you guys normally shoot at? Did you guys shoot in different areas and stuff like that?
We shot all in the northern Minnesota woods, and we had a little camp that we rented, and we all stayed together for 3 weeks. And so it was like the experience of making the film was kind of like what the characters went through.
Right.
We were very isolated and out in the middle of nowhere.
Got it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I truly appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So my name is Sandeep Mohan, Sandeep Mohan, Mohan. And the movie's name is Nirmal Anand Ki Puppy. It's like this. It's easy. Nirmal Anand Ki Puppy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, it's a story of this couple, urban couple living in Mumbai, in India, and they have a small puppy, dog, pet. And what happens to this relationship once the puppy goes away from their life? How it affects the marriage. And because the puppy was playing the role of a therapist in some way, because when you come home after a hard day's work, when you pet the puppy, this whole act of kindness, compassion which happens, when you come home. Once that goes missing, what could go wrong in a couple's equation? That's pretty much what the story is about. So in Indian cities, people are slowly able to afford to have pets. It's also one way to jump up the ladder. One class you jump up if you can afford a pet. And it's such a couple. It's an urban story. Not in mostly the Indian independent films, we don't see many urban stories. It's mostly Indian village stories, but India is also a lot of people are living in Indian cities. And there are a lot of stories from Indian cities too, which I think the world needs to see. Right. So my movie is about such a couple, and it also talks about how difficult it is to stay married in today's cities with very small spaces of houses. So yeah, it's a light-hearted drama with a subtle message. Yeah. Thank you so much.
It was nice meeting you. Thank you. So I want you guys to name your film and tell me a little bit about it, okay?
Yeah. So we're with Asking for a Friend. I'm the writer and director.
And Asking for a Friend, obviously. I'm the actress in Asking for a Friend. Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about the film?
Yeah. So it's a horror film. It's a horror comedy. It's about this girl that comes home one night and she finds that her roommate has killed somebody. So it's kind of like the adventure that they go on after they're kind of like, what do we do with this body?
Right.
I'm convinced it's the goriest film at Cinequest, and I'm gonna own that title. Yeah. Yeah. But it's also it's a comedy at the end of the day, so it's very lighthearted and it's kind of surreal at the same time. So yeah.
Yeah.
And what was your favorite part of filming?
My favorite part of filming. I mean, so there's one scene where I get to be a little bit like high on drugs, and it's just really fun. I get to be like a psycho, and it's really fun. Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Well, I just want to thank you guys so much for your time, and I hope you guys the best of luck with your film.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you. Nice meeting you.
My name is Drew Walkup, and that's DrewWalkup.
Nice.
I'm Lizzie Zarepko. That's Lizzie Zerebko.
I'm Michael Olafson, Michael, as in Victor, Son as in Nancy.
I always say I'm like P as in puppy. Like, I need to tell you. Well, thank you guys for being here. I want to have you guys tell us a little bit about your film and the name of it.
Sure. So Fox Hunt Drive is about Allison. She's a down-on-her-luck young professional who's driving rideshare to make ends meet. And one evening she picks up a final passenger, mysterious guy, not really what he appears to be. And through a twisted turn of events, Allison must turn to her passenger for help. She has to fight to get through the rest of the night, covering her tracks, getting away from the police, and finding out who her inscrutable passenger really is.
That's so interesting. So what was the favorite part about that,
The whole film. It was a wonderful time filming the entire month. We actually did a full month of night shoots. So we were on the graveyard shift, starting at 7 p.m. and going to bed at 7 a.m. or later for some people. But it was wonderful. And I would say the best part of the shoot was doing the stunts. Michael and I both got to do our own stunts, and we did 2 full nights of that. So I think that was crossing some dreams off of our checklist. So we had a lot of fun with that too.
Frankly, I mean, it was so easy to work with these two, and the trio that I think we formed, it was just such a pleasure going to work every night. I think, the stunts were it brought out the kid, I think, in all of us, getting into a car with a stunt driver and just saying, like, oh my God, most fun I've had in a really, really long time. But it was, I don't know, the whole time through was a very, very positive working relationship, so real easy all the way through.
You guys all look so close, and I love that. I just want to thank you guys so much for this time, and I wish you guys the best of luck. Okay? Yeah.
I can spell out my name. My name is Adam Mervis. Adam is easy, Adam. Mervis is easy too, Mervis.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sarah Harper. Sarah Sarah, Harper. Yeah.
Thank you. And so, can I have you guys tell me a little bit about your film?
Sure. Our film is called The Last Days of Capitalism. It's about Sarah and another gentleman, Mike, who are embark on a love affair over 72 hours in a Las Vegas penthouse. And we show up, we don't know what's happening, don't know who's who, what's what. There's a lot of cash floating around. There's a lot of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And then you begin to suspect perhaps everything isn't as it seems, and maybe, this guy is loaded, and maybe Sarah's a con man. We don't know. We don't know what's happening. And so we're trying to figure it out the whole film. Thank you, yeah.
Yeah. So what was your favorite part about?
Oh gosh, we filmed a lot of it in one room, and I think that was my favorite part. Just really getting into the groove of things in this room for 10 days, however long it took for us to film. Yeah. It was my new home, nitty and gritty, very intimate. Yeah.
Luckily, it was a penthouse, so it was good. Yeah. I had written a big film. I'd come off writing a big film called 21 Bridges with Chadwick Boseman. And so I had written that, and I had been, in that film we shut down New York City. So we were shooting all over New York, and I had been on set and kind of like hanging out, and I had been like, what I really want to do is a tiny film where we just go to one place, this penthouse, and 2 actors doing a ton of work together. And that's what we did for about 15 days, yeah.
It's like really creative and like different and outside of the box, which is really cool.
Yeah, it was really creatively fulfilling. I think for Sarah, probably she was tortured by day 9, but I had fun, so that's all that matters, right?
Well,
it was good. It was like it was an actor's dream. It was all there was dialogue. It was kind of like you were doing theater. Yeah.
Awesome. I want to thank you guys so much for your time.
How's he doing? Is he looking good? Is he looking good? Cinequest 2020.
Yeah.
That's all right, my friend. How does it make you feel? You're headlining tonight. Your name, and like I said, you're headlining tonight.
Well, I'm very excited. I've never been to San Jose before, so I'm very excited to see how it is. Yeah, and the theater looks gorgeous. So I mean, we're only in the lobby, but already it's gorgeous, so it's fine. Yeah.
So what can people expect to see from you?
Oh, maybe 20 jokes, and then I'll talk a little bit about the movie, and then we'll watch a great movie.
Okay.
A documentary, a great film.
All right. So your challenges. You had a lot of. How did you overcome your challenges? Because many people can't.
Many people cannot overcome challenges, but I think maybe to be honest, don't know if I've had that many challenges. Sometimes getting out of bed, but then other than that, you just gotta try to do it every day. You know, I don't know. I don't think I've had that many. I appreciate the direction of the question, but I think other people have it a lot harder than I do, you know.
A professional here, you guys. Everybody wants him. We're going to let him go. Cinequest 2020. Thanks, man. Time. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Cinequest 2020. As you probably know, I love spy movies, treachery, backstabbing, twists. Can we say twist? Yeah. I'm not going to give it away. I had to ask them how to pronounce the film. So they're going to tell you their names and how to pronounce the film because I'll slaughter it. If you see the film, you'll understand why I don't want to mess it up.
Okay. It's pronounced Saint, but it's spelled S for, what is it? One NT. Yes. Yeah, it's for one NT, which is, we use leet speak, which is a certain type of speak that the hacker subculture uses. So they replace numbers with letters and different things like that. So we thought that that was a fun twist on the title. So it's pronounced Saint.
Hi, I'm Tracy Keshik. I'm the producer of the film. And this is Alexandra Adamitis, our director, writer, extraordinaire. Yes.
Yeah.
I got to see a sneak preview of it, and I'm telling you, we talked.
Yes. We did, yeah.
Yeah.
We had a good conversation.
Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
First of all.
It was.
I came into the room, I'm like, Alex, you have to hear this voicemail. It's fantastic. It is so much fun. Like, we have to talk to this guy. He's great. So.
It was from the heart and the adrenaline.
Thank you so much. It's always great to know that people appreciate, the work, and if they have a good time watching it, even better.
I think that's the most important thing that we really strive for whenever we make a film, whether it's a pilot, a short feature. It's all about entertaining, because that's what movies were originally intended to do. It's about entertaining, inspiring, educating, thought-provoking. That's what we really want to do for our audiences.
Red Siren, right?
Yes. Red Siren Entertainment, yes.
Well, you guys, a lot of folks want them, and I don't want to get a shiv.
No, you don't.
You don't.
No, you don't.
Yeah, that's an inside joke. Thank you, guys.
Thank you
I'm
so
serious.
much.
Now, tomorrow, we're going to have a sit-down tomorrow? Or?
Yes, absolutely. You tell us what
Perfect.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We'll be able to introduce ourselves in a proper
Yes.
manner.
Oh, yeah. Sit down better. Yes, indeed. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Should I give you a call?
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
Yes.
Perfect.
It's a four-shot.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
What did you want me to do?
Spell out your name in the microphone.
You could do this.
Larry Shapiro, Schapiro.
And Stu Schreiberg, Schreiberg. I have your same shoes.
You do? They're the best, right? Like the tie and everything. It's different. Well, I want to thank you guys for being here, and if you guys can talk about your film and the name of it.
It's called John Pinette, You Go Now. It's the opening night premiere film of the documentary on the late comedian John Pinette.
And can you guys tell me a little bit about how the filming process went and what was your favorite part about it?
Well, we spent a great deal of time interviewing many people. We had hundreds of hours of interviews and John's performances that we pulled together and then brought to Stu for him and his team to edit and produce for us.
And then what was your favorite part about the film?
I think just seeing how John's material holds up, because when we did those first two specials together, it was, how long, about more than a decade ago.
He's been gone for 6 years.
So to really kind of take a second look at John and realize how well the material holds up was actually very special watching it, and keeping his legacy alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you guys so much for your time, and I'm super excited to see it.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you guys have, yes, thank you.
Okay, it's first to Andrew, last with a K, Koponen, Koponen.
And so can I have you tell me a little bit about your film and the name of it?
Okay, this is a screenplay I wrote. It's called Oakland. It's right here. I used to be a policeman, and that was my dream, to become an Oakland policeman. And 20 years ago is when I got hired. And it's kind of a heavy story. Within a year on the street, I had mistakenly shot and killed my coworker who was working undercover. And was tried to stay on the force, and we spent 5 years in a lawsuit with Johnny Cochran. I got into an additional shooting with a carjacking suspect and ended up at a PTSD retreat. And, so that's what this is about. This is about PTSD, guilt, suicide, and recovery. And getting back on your feet and helping the newer generations go through the struggles they're going through. And anybody can suffer from PTSD, and that's what this is about.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. We have a lot of family that live in Oakland, so I feel like it's really cool to have like a local in Oakland, right? It's just
I still love Oakland.
so nice and amazing there. You still live in Oakland, or no?
But we go out. We just started filming, and we went out to Oakland a couple months ago. And, it's a pretty exciting process for me. It really helps out a lot to write about what you went through.
Tell your story, right?
Yep.
I want to thank you so much for your time. Say your name in the microphone for me.
My name is Ryan Kruger. It's Ryan Kruger.
I'm James C. Williamson. That is James C. full stop Williamson. And I'm the producer on Fried Barry.
Thank you. So now, can I have you guys name the film and then tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, so the name of the movie is called Fried Barry. I'm the director of the movie. So the movie is about a heroin addict that gets abducted by aliens, and basically the alien takes him on this joyride around Cape Town, South Africa. So it's a bit crazy, it's a bit out there.
That's actually really cool, very creative. Can I ask what your favorite part of the film was?
My favorite part of making the film is probably working with our lead actor, Gary Green. So this guy, he's amazing. Like, a couple of years ago, he was basically a career extra. And now he's been nominated for like Best Lead Actor awards at like various festivals. And he just blew this performance out of the water. Like, he is like, honestly, it's such an underdog success story.
He is Fried Barry.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is with this film, I think every time I think that for every actor, there's that one role that is absolutely perfect for that person, and this is this. Like, even if I got the best actor in the country, it wouldn't work. He is Fried Barry, not that he's a heroin addict or anything like that, but he's this offbeat, crazy guy, and as James said, he's not a professionally trained actor. He comes from an extra background, so he's like the total underdog.
Right.
And for him to be, I've worked with him for 10 years, just as small parts here and there, just as like little featured parts. But it's so good that he did so well, and he gave us 110% every single time. And he just wants to be seen, and he looks like a really crazy guy. I mean, you see him and you're like, oh, that guy looks a bit crazy, but he's such a nice guy, and he's so humble. And even when we were nominated now at the Rapid Lion in South Africa, is that we had 5 nominations, and one of the nominations was Best Actor. So at the same time, I actually want him to win more than the rest of us, like, because he deserves it. He's so good in the movie, and he's brilliant. Like, he's a character. He's a character.
I want to thank you guys so much for your time. I truly appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Desi Soleil. Yes, Dezi Soleil, Soley.
Thank you.
And I'm Josh Peterson, Peterson.
Norman D. Ramirez, Normandie.
Thank you. And then, thank you. So if I can have you restate about your film again and let me know what it's about and what the name of it is.
Our film is Like, Reply, Share. It's in competition for the New Visions Award, and it stars Desi Soleil and Penny Werner, who's not with us tonight, but who will be at the festival later. It's a film about 2 women from different worlds who come together and find out, they bridge their differences and find their similarities and change each other's lives.
Thank you. Okay, can I have you tell me a little bit about their favorite part of the film?
I don't want to give too much away, but I really love the, like, how genuine a connection between these two women is expressed, and both of these women they're so different, but they're also like triggering certain parts of each other's past, and ultimately it comes to a very a healing place. That's very vague. You'll have to watch it.
Yes, you guys have to. You have to. Okay, and I want to ask one more question. What was your favorite part about the film?
My favorite part is the relationship that of human beings and how a relationship with technology and how lonely we can get and isolated we can get in our lives with all of this, all the tech toys we have, but yet there we are alone. I like that.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for your time. I truly appreciate it.